Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Banana and this is Aurora for X. Dwarf Fortress in space, or I don't know, some kind of really weird spreadsheet simulator that is not really that graphically appealing but has a lot of depth. So there's something new that has happened in between episodes. I said I wanted to go ahead and jump over some time to get to some more interesting stuff. And now the Procurator, the ship class that we designed last time, has been finished. There are also some things that happened in between episodes. I think maybe I just didn't realize it last time. And that is... no, Commander. Yes, she died. And I think she died at the age of 24, which is rather sad. Also, our Sector Command HQ has been finished. Now, this is really exciting because we can assign 2 new governors. We can assign a sector governor who will give us bonus to everything in range, and as soon as we get a colony on Luna, on our moon, this bonus will also apply to Luna, which is great. But there is one downside to this. You need someone with a really high administrative level to get there. So if we go to civilian administrators, then you see you need a administrative level 6 governor for the Earth sector. If you look at the list here, nobody's there. We can't even assign a governor of Earth at the moment. Nobody has the administrative level to govern Earth. Nobody is even close to get to the Earth sector level, which sucks terribly. I have really bad luck when it comes to civilian leaders, and my 2 other test games, both of them died at the age of, I don't know, 26 or something. One died in an accident, one died from natural causes. I mean, come on, guys. We're at 2025. How bad can healthcare be? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. We have some more pressing issues at hand, and that's surveying our solar system. Our ship got built. So, I click on the Star Destroyer icon. I mean, come on, it's pretty obvious. And we're going to look at the task groups. Now we have some task groups automatically created for us. That's the battle task group, the cargo, colony, the shipyard, and the survey. Now, everything that gets built is set to the shipyard task group by default. Now, I think you can change this, but doesn't really matter. If we look at the shipyard task group, we can easily see that our Procurator ship is in this task group, and that's fine enough. Now we're going to detach it from this task group because we don't really need it in the shipyard task group. Now it's in its own. I could move it to survey, but doesn't really matter. Now it's just here in this list, and we can give it orders. Now Captain Mitchell Noble is the senior officer on this ship, which is great. I don't know him, but I think he will do just fine. And we can go ahead and tell him what to do. Now, these are the locations that are currently available that we know of. We could send him to Mercury by give him the move to, or we could move him to Mercury by just going to say do a geological survey there. Now, that's great and all, but not the thing that I really want to do, because that would be a lot of micromanagement now, wouldn't it? Also, there are not all the asteroids in here. So I go to special orders, and you can give them default orders. Now, the default order for this thing is just survey the nearest body. Go ahead and do that. But before I do this, I want to set nearest moon. Now, this is rather weird, because I don't know why this is. I can't tell it explicitly to go to Luna, or at least I don't really know. I haven't found it yet. So I will set it to go to the nearest moon, then close this, let a 5-day cycle pass, and this should be enough for him to move to Luna and maybe even survey it. Nope, not done yet. But we are on auto turn, so now it's done. I think. Yeah, it's moving to Phobos. It already has moved to Phobos. That's a moon of Mars. So why not let him finish that? But as soon as he's trying to jump anywhere in the system, I will stop him. Okay, now it's Deimos. The other moon, another 5 days. Alright. No, now it's jumping to some weird guy. Oh, it's... is it Jupiter? Yeah, it's Jupiter. And as you can see, Jupiter has a lot of moons to be surveyed, which I don't want. So I will let him jump back to Earth. I know I'm doing this a little bit more complicated than I need to, but I want to move him. Whoops, I forgot to set it to the correct thing. Remove this, and move to Earth. Thank you very much. Also have to remove the special orders, otherwise it wouldn't really do it. Or he would, of course, instantly jump somewhere else. So it takes him, what, 5 days to go to Earth. You overshot it, bro. You overshot it. That doesn't really matter. I'd only want to be as close to Earth as possible when I start. Go for the nearest planets. And if all planets are done, then just go for the nearest body. And one thing again, if your fuel is below, let's say 50%, then move to a colony and refuel. 50% might be a little bit overkill, but if it starts to go out on the, well, if this thing starts to chase down, let's say Brooks, and Brooks goes down like here and is, I don't know, out there with 150 million, no, sorry, yeah, 150 billion, 15 billion kilometers, it wouldn't come back. That's not how much, that's not the fuel that we have in store at the moment. Now we can't just go for 30-day chunks, because why the heck not? Yeah, you say that you have completed orders, but it's not really true. We have Oliver Norris. Maybe we need to rename that guy to Chuck. Let's see, another... This will be now a little bit tedious, because we're currently building new research labs. Also, I've queued up mass drivers and automated mines in a financial center. I never built a financial center. I want to see what it does. So that's that. But yeah, now it will be a little bit tedious because we will be stopped with our auto turns every now and again, because we're currently building research labs, and every time a research lab gets built, it stops us because we have an inactive research lab. Which is okay, it's really nice that it does that for us. So I'm currently just pumping research into the magnetoplasma drive, and if you look at this, if I add one research lab, we actually shave off a month, even a little bit more than that. And this is something that you also need to be aware of. These things are not linear. Sometimes, if you pump a lot of research labs into some research thing, then at the end, sometimes you only shave off, I don't know, 2 days or a day at a time, and it's not really worth it. I think my cutoff is usually at weeks. If I put in another research lab and it shaves off just a week, I'm like, I could do better than that. I could take this research lab over here, for example. If I take this out, yeah, see, just 4 days. So maybe I should put it into EM sensors, which I started in between episodes. And look at that, 6th of July or October 3rd. So I think 6th of July is a little bit more efficient, so I'm going to put it over here. That's basically my rule of thumb when it comes to research. Don't know if it's really the best way to do it, but it works, I think. It works for me. So there's one thing that I didn't do though, and that's minerals. I think I should be able to click on that even though I have this weird weight symbol. Or maybe not. Wow, the turns take a hell of a lot of time. It's rather weird. Huh. Maybe our neighbors activated 3 other neighbors. I still did not I still did not stop this bug from happening. I need to restart the game for that, but I'm just enjoying it way too much to stop and restart it. Oh well. Oh, we have an inactive lab, so I will be stopped anyways, doesn't matter. Alright, did it. Now I have queued up some research over here, and as you can see, we got a lot of new scientists. Sadly, all of their specialization is sensors and fire control. Now that is completely unnecessary. We don't need that many sensors and fire control guys. We have, what, 1 is currently working, 2, 3, 4 sensor guys. Don't need that. I don't need that. I want a construction and production. That would be great. And also a power and propulsion would also be really good. And I think power and propulsion is one of the most important one to get. Because those things are so freaking expensive. I think the magnetoplasma drive took 40,000 points. So that's a little bit harsh when you don't have anybody that's good at that. So still I'm hoping that we roll the dice and we're lucky enough to get somebody who's actually good at that. Anyways, since we have 25 available labs, I'm thinking about going to a little bit more into missiles and kinetic weapons. I think starting research early on that can't be wrong. Wow. We have a lot of research already into the warhead strength. That is amazing. Yeah, we already have the 2-stage thermonuclear warhead for 6 times MSP. That is harsh. I will explain what this missile strength means as soon as we get to design our first missile. The thing, I will explain in more depth, of course. Let's just give a short overview here. The missile warhead strength is how much bang you get for your buck, basically. 8 times per MSP means, I think MSP stands for missile size point, I'm not sure on that, but you can allocate missile size points to different things. If you want, for example, a missile of size 4, which takes up space on your ships, so you want missiles to be small, but also deal a lot of damage. So you can allocate, if you have a missile with the size of 4, you can allocate, let's say, 2 points for the warhead, which means that you will deal 16 damage if your warhead deals 1 point of damage per allocated missile size point. So you take 2 points for your warhead and 2 points for 1 point for your engine and 1 point for the fuel, because the thing needs to travel, I don't know, a certain distance to hit an enemy. And the more you have, the more missiles points you have here, of course, the smaller you can make the warhead while still dealing a lot of damage. And that is some trade-offs that you really need to be aware of while playing this game. Size matters in this game. It does a lot. You want things to be as small as possible while still being as good as possible. I think this is a very obvious thing to say, but it's still something that I haven't really seen in a lot of games. Usually it's like, I built the biggest thing available and it's the best thing that there is. It's pretty simple, right? Oh, I want the biggest gun on the biggest ship, and I don't care about the rest. It's not that way here. It's not the way you need to do this, I think. I'm not an expert on this, but it feels like using optimization in weight and size outweighs just pure brute force solutions. I feel like you have to be smart about your designs in this game, and this is what the thing that really draws me to it, I think. Even though I'm not really a smart guy that does that goes for really good solutions. I usually choose the wrong thing. Give me a gigantic skill tree or talent tree, and you can be sure that I picked the wrong thing. But it's really, I think it's a really cool idea to not just strap the biggest guns that you can build on the biggest ship that you can find, but specialize your fleet a little bit more. So for example, I do think that I will build some kind of tanker that will just lug around fuel. The only thing that is there for is to refuel fighters. So you have like a small fighter squadron, maybe five fighters, that don't have enough fuel to last for, I don't know, more than 2 or 3 days. Because that's not what they are built for. They need to just be fast and intercept enemy ships. So they can't lug around a crap ton of fuel on their own, because that would slow them down or make them unnecessarily big. So what I want then, that's not really a good thing here. So what I would rather have is, wow, they're all very inefficient. Well, doesn't matter. But what I want then is small fighters with small fuel tanks with good guns that are fast, take down your enemy, and if they're low on fuel after their, the deployment, after their operation is over, they killed the enemy, then they go back to the task group tanker, refuel, and move on, and maybe engage the next group of enemies 1 billion kilometers away. And I think this is something that I really, really love about this. I don't know why, it's just so interesting. It's just it's so different from a lot of things that I've seen so far. Oh, we have 20 labs available, so somebody finished. Also, one thing that I like about this game is imagination. It sounds a little bit weird, right? But as someone who actually enjoys, I don't know, imagining things, it's really cool. So it's kind of like, I don't know, reading a book or playing a pen and paper or something like that. You get to imagine all the stuff that goes on. The only thing that you see is this blue map with the green circles, right? But it's not. That's not what should go on in your head. It's, you think about, yeah, a 12 centimeter railgun, and then I have this fighter craft that looks, I don't know, I imagine it like, maybe let's go for an X-wing, I don't know. And then you just imagine where you would put the railguns, and sure, it's not, an X-wing is not a design that I came up with in my head, but it's something that I know, and I just can adapt it to something that I would like it to be in this kind of setting, which is something that I really enjoy doing. I'm really, let's say, I'm looking forward. That's something that I want to say. I'm really looking forward to the time when we build gigantic cruisers and carriers, and when we have space battles, and I really have to imagine these space battles. I'm really looking forward to this, to the time when we do this. Now, I should talk a little bit less and use my hands to, I don't know, wave around and try to explain stuff, because you can't see it. You can't. I always do this, but you can't see it. And no, I won't get a webcam. I'm pretty sure that I won't anytime soon. Maybe when I think about streaming. I have thought about it, that's one thing, but haven't really come around to do it or set it up. But now, hey, look at that, we have some new civilian administrators. Maybe somebody is at the level to be governor of Earth. That would be great. No. You losers! Level up again. Me, just freaking hell. The thing is, since they're not assigned, I think they will level up really, really slowly. So unless we get somebody who's really good and just spawns with a level 5, I think we will just wait forever. But hey, that's random number generation for you. That's random number generation. Oh, we have an inactive lab. I should have assigned it to something. Let's just take a look. This is done in what? August in Oh, this year. Okay. Whoops. My fault. I thought this was 39. What's the last thing that finishes? Okay. She can't have more labs than 5. Doesn't really matter. So I think I'm going to put some stuff into this. So I push everything down to almost the same completion date. And then we can take a look at one screen that I haven't opened up yet. I think this is the Geological Survey report. And you can just flick through this and see which bodies have some minerals. Are you effing kidding me? Nothing. Oh, come on. Did I not set this one up to redo stuff? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, shite. Well, color me stupid. I don't know what color stupid is, but do it. I set it up for the wrong group. Oh well. Time wasted. Shit. No, really, I'm angry at myself. Happens. Stuff like that just happens. Let's put this down to, I don't know. We have enough labs, so let's put all of them towards magnetoplasma. And maybe we still don't have anybody that has good freaking specializations. Darn it. Let's go for some cheap ones. Magazine feed efficiency looks like something we should do. I'm going to create this with all the labs that we have. Sure, why the heck not? And I think we're going to queue something up. And here's how you do that, by the way. You make sure that you select the guy up here that you want to do it. MK, so missiles and kinetics, with a bonus of 30. Let's go for something cheaper that we really want to do. I don't need the enhanced radiation warhead. That's more or less like if you want to get rid of ground forces, I think. Not really interesting if you shoot ships. Let's go for the magazine ejection system chance. I think that's not too bad. And there you have it. It's queued up down here. By Callum Forster. Yeah, there's an R. Who has a bonus in this. And do not forget, this bonus is quadrupled. Very, very good. Let's turn it on again and hope that I didn't botch it up again. Nope, the procurator is moving. Once again, if you have a name, or actually one thing that you could also suggest is names for civilian leaders. It's not just it's not just ships that you can be named after companies, or we could also name the shipyards after somebody. So if you have a name for the shipyard, if you don't like Fowler Steam Turbine, I'm pretty sure that we can rename those by doing, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Rename shipyard. I can't just click here and then rename it. If you want to have, I don't know, a different name for any of the shipyards, you can be specific. If you say you want to be a naval one, or I don't know, I'm up for that. Or you can be a civilian administrator. I don't know. I don't think I can change her sex. I can rename her though. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, rename. So if you want to be in the game, then just leave a comment. Once again, I will keep veto rights, so if your suggestion is somewhat offensive, then I will not take it. But I have a really high tolerance usually when it comes to these naming rights. Alright, those auto turns. Oh, we have another inactive lab. Whoops. I was just thinking, these auto turns are taking a very long time. Huh. Oh well, I think. Oh, look at that! We have 2 new bodies with actual minerals on them. That's great. We can't open it because we have, I still have to restart the game. I once again will tell you why this happened. This seems to be a bug with touch screens. So if you want to play this game and you have a touch screen, you might want to deactivate this, or may need to deactivate this, because all of these lists will get botched by this bug. You need to deactivate your touchscreen in the device manager. Oops. You need to do that, then it should work. Also, if you have any devices that use a touchscreen, for example, a drawing pad, or just drawing boards, or whatever you want to call them, then you might need to deactivate those as well, or just unplug them. This is what I need to do. I drew the the thumbnail before I started to do this, to record this, and I forgot to unplug it before I started the game, so I need to, well, unplug it and restart it. And this is what I'm going to do in between episodes. So our GEV procurator is currently surveying Uranus. Oh man, this is a great joke. Anyways, so while it is surveying Uranus, it's Uranus, I think, I know. I will just stop recording, do stuff in between episodes, like surveying everything, and restarting the game, of course. And hopefully you liked what you saw today, because in that case you get to press the like button, which helps me out a great deal, and I really do hope that I see you in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and as always, auf Wiedersehen.